Hey guys, I just got a new piece in the mail recently and I wanted to make a review about it. It is the Rosen Raijin Noragi. So a little bit of background on what exactly is Rosen based off of my research and limited knowledge on them, because this is my first piece that I purchased from them. They are a Shanghai-based brand that does mostly curation of vintage archival pieces of designer clothes, like vintage Comme des Garçons, things made by Junyo Watanabe, all kinds of like more Asian-based brands, and they then will sell them in little capsules. However, recently it looks like they've been going into their own designs and making unique silhouettes, and they recently came out with a new line called Rosen-X, which is like a technical-based version of previous silhouettes that they had and new ones as well. And they have a bunch of really interesting pieces, and they caught my eye on Instagram actually, and I decided to order this Noragi because I've never owned a Noragi before, and I thought it would be cool to have like a techwear one, because typically like from brands from Visvum and other traditional Noragis, I noticed that a lot of times people tend to go for like the winter versions where they're like large heavy coats, and being that I'm from Arizona, I kind of wanted a lightweight one, and they provided that with it. So let's just see what they sent me. To start off, it came in this really cool green tote bag that reads Rosen-X, and there's a label with my name on it. They hand wrote Dakota on it, so it's pretty nice. It's made out of like woven nylon, and I really like the color, and it's super heavy duty and cool. So that's like a super awesome extra feature that it came with. It's always nice to have a good dust bag with a piece of clothing, I think. And they actually gave me a handwritten note. So I'll read it off so you can see what it says. It says, "Dear Dakota, many thanks for ordering the Raijin Noragi. Please enjoy." And then it has one of the employees' names, which I can't pronounce or really read out what it says. But so if you are the designer or creator of this brand, I'm not exactly sure what your name is, but I really think that it's cool that you included this handwritten note and that dust bag, especially since you're an up-and-coming brand, you know, trying to make a name for yourself, I would assume. I think that little details like that is really helpful on setting you aside from other brands that are out there, so +1 for that. Now to jump right into the jacket itself. It is a normal, typical silhouette for a Noragi, pretty oversized sleeves and oversized chest region. This specific Noragi is made with a nylon fabric that has water resistance properties to it. On the outside, the fabric has like a matte finish. I'm not exactly sure if it is a DWR water repellent finish or not. However, the inside is a lot more sleek and shiny, so it could just be the way that the nylon is made. However, it has really good water resistance to it. I think it would do well in a light rain with keeping you dry. Now, even though this is 100% nylon and it's almost like a nylon shell, it doesn't feel like a typical nylon shell jacket because it's like very lightweight and malleable. It's able to bend, and kind of like the movement in the arms is like very free and flowing. So a lot of the times with shell jackets, it's more like structured and kind of stiff looking, and you can feel that this jacket is very just comfortable and nice to wear. Around the neck and down the side of each opening of the jacket, it has this nice, almost like nylon webbing trim that has a different texture. I really like this trim because it's got multiple layers to it, and it allows for comfort on where it rests on your neck, and it's also just a cool, interesting texture to have with the jacket as an accent. Now moving on to the pocket itself, this is a signature design of pocket for Rosen. At least that's what it said on the listing of the Noragi, meaning that they have this in other different pieces, I believe, but this is my only Rosen piece, so I would have to get those to check that out. However, this special Rosen cargo pocket has two main compartments, one that's just on the outside, and then a flap that you open up that has a magnetic closure to reveal the larger pocket on the inside. And then on top of that, there is an additional third space for maybe change or something like that on the very front of the pocket, separate from the two main parts. So it's pretty cool to have like a nice little interesting pocket that's unique to this brand, and it's always great to have extra storage space than a typical pocket. On the left hand side you have this nylon webbing with 2 D-rings, and on the right hand side you have this extra nylon webbing to put through the D-rings and tighten it in order to keep the jacket closed. And there's also further on the right hand side another nylon strap that you can put through the D-rings and make an even tighter close than that. I've also noticed that on the very inside there is another set of D-rings and webbing, and possibly this one would be used for, you know, putting the jacket as a strap or sling over the shoulder. Now, I'm not 100% sure if that was the intended use of that inside D-rings and nylon webbing. However, you can do that. There weren't exactly that many product shots showing different ways of configuring the webbing, but if you guys have this jacket, put in the comments what you do. I'd be interested to know. Holy moly. Now, I'd like to more clearly address what exactly happened, because I don't think I'm going to have included the entire mishap because it kind of threw me off, but there's an inside webbing and D-ring that is similar to the outside one, and I took the outside strap and put it through the D-ring and tightened it and then put it over my shoulder, and as I was talking, saying maybe this could be used for, you know, slinging it over your shoulders or something like that, because I was kind of unsure. The stitching of the jacket and the nylon webbing became undone, or it was more of the stitching of the webbing, because it's so loosely woven that I think having a separate stitch attaching it to the jacket made it even looser, and then applying the small amount of pressure that I did, putting it over my shoulders, it kind of just tore it. So I am honestly pretty upset about that. I don't think that a jacket that is $250 should be having pieces that fall off that easily. So my one gripe with this coat is the nylon webbing straps and then the D-rings being plastic. It just kind of feels cheap and tacky. The back of it actually goes up higher than the front panels, so it's got an interesting like asymmetrical shape when you're looking at it from a side profile, where the back is rising up a bit and you can see the jacket or shirt or whatever you're wearing underneath. Since it is so roomy underneath the jacket, there's no actual zippers or really tight clasps to keep it shut, just the D-ring and webbing. You'll have a lot of room for layering for sweaters or hoodies or things like that. However, they do have like a heavyweight version of this jacket, so it's specifically supposed to be for the spring-summer time anyways, so I don't really think you're going to be in too many situations where you would layer, but if you would want to incorporate this in the wintertime, that is an option. This Noragi is honestly probably one of the louder pieces that I own, considering my wardrobe. I think that because it is kind of louder, you should be using it as the statement piece of your outfit. You're not going to want some crazy colorful sneakers on when you also have this, or I don't know, maybe you can pull it off, but personally I will be using this as the statement piece, since it is kind of unique and just something that you don't see every day in the United States with people wearing them. So as a whole, I think that this Rosen-X label has really cool silhouettes, and I really like how this Noragi looks. My only wish is that some of the hardware maybe have reinforced stitching or a little bit higher quality with the price point that it's coming at. However, other than that, I think you guys should check out these guys. They have awesome pants that I'm planning on getting in the future, or at least they look really awesome. And I look forward to possible future collections that have technical properties to them, because this one was pretty interesting and cool. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of this Noragi. I hope that it showcased a brand that you hadn't heard before, because it was fairly new to me as well. And if you guys want, hit the subscribe button, check out my other videos. Until next time, stay Gucci.